And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. I'm Gary Kaltbaum, your host. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Glad you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Happy that you are listening. It is Wednesday, 22nd of October, 2025. Hope you're having a good day. In case you don't know, this is serious talk on everything that affects you. Oh, and we're going to be seriously talking in the first few minutes of the show today. And in case you don't know, we'll talk about the economy, your job, your industry, anything that comes to mind that we think matters. And boy, oh boy, there's a lot of crap that matters coming out of that place. And if you do not get this radio show in your city, we're going to post it at GaryK.com. We'll also post it at our X feed. And if you don't follow us on X, you should. By the way, we always get asked all the time, how come you never post stocks and charts on your X feed? And the reason is we see others doing it, and they're not doing right by you. Do you know how many people in my industry are putting up, oh, we bought this, and then 3 weeks later, oh, we sold this a week ago type of thing? If we put up something, we have to cover everything. Not just legally, but logically, and also in order to benefit. And it's a lot of work, too much, and we have a business to run. And again, there are people out there that really piss us off. They'll put up, oh, we bought this, and the market gets trashed, and 3 weeks later post, oh, we sold it 2 weeks ago. No go. So we do the radio show, we're on TV, we do these webcasts for our members, and we cover the bases pretty darn good. And you should follow us on X, as we said. We'll also post it on the YouTube channel of BizTV, podcast apps, and if you'd like to email us, just be nice. All right, where do I want to start? Oh, it's very simple. Bear with me. Are you ready? Okay. Trying to decide where I'm going to start. Okay, let's do this one. The poster child. You know, we haven't mentioned really symbols or anything in these no sales companies because, you know, we want you to be careful. I'm just going to name one symbol today. OKLO. This is it's described as designs and deploys advanced fission power plants to provide clean, reliable, and affordable energy. I guess it's nuclear and all that crap. And the stock has had a big run to the point at the recent highs was trading at 28 billion market cap with no sales. And we have simply said to you, just letting you know, when all is said and done, and we really don't know when all is said and done, just know when the bloom is off the rose, when the musical chairs, the music stops and there's no chairs. Companies, if nothing changes, that have no sales, that continue to have no sales, if we enter some sort of a bearish phase for this froth and speculation, these things will be murdered. Now, we don't know if we've hit the final high, the final top. All I can tell you, OKLO, that has had a great move, and I'm jealous. I'm jealous of all the vertical moves, but I'm not buying zero sales companies. Just letting you know, in the last 6 days, has gone from 194 to 118. 194 to 118. You can add that percentage up, and I'm not going to mention any other symbols, if you don't mind. But let me continue to make our point. Remember, we told you there's a nuclear stock that has actually been trading since the year 2000, 25 years publicly trading, and still no sales. Well, they rallied that up. It's gone from 31 to 21 in the last 4 days. You can add up that. How about Bitcoin mining? 57 to 38 in the last 5 days. Just I'm not naming names. How about a quantum stock? 46 to 27 in the last 6 days. How about another quantum stock? 58 to 36 in the last 6 days. By the way, this is the one, I'm not naming the symbol. This is the one that where the CEO said, and I'm not making this up, we're not going to scale for years. So you know what scale means? Sales. Let me continue. How about another nuclear? 57 to 34 in 5 days. Rare earth. And we're not making this up. 81 to 31 in 6 days. No, we're not making that up. 81 to 31 in 6 days. How about another rare earth? 11 and a quarter to 5. 6 days. Here is, by the way, a nuclear stock that has sales and actually makes money. $464 to $312 in 5 days. Quantum, 62 to 35 in 5 days. Nuclear, 61 to 38 in 5 days. How about another rare earth? 100 to 70 in 5 days. Was 66 earlier today. I must admit that. How about another quantum stock? This is not bad. 18 to 13 and a half in 5 days. How about space? How about 103 to 68 in 5 days? You catching the drift? How about another rare earth stock? 44 to 24 in 6 days. Have you noticed we are highlighting stocks that have gone down 40 to 60% in 5 to 6 days? Have you noticed that? Oh, and by the way, I can probably go through about 50 others. 50 others. The froth and speculation, you know what these all have in common? Either no sales or very little in sales. Here's one, 32 to 14. Excuse me, 32 to 15. Rare earth. That's been the latest. The rare earth. You think I'm done? How about another Bitcoin miner that's gone from 74 to 51 in 5 days? Now, albeit, notice the big word, albeit, that's actually a word. Some of these have had big runs, and we're jealous. But as we have told you, when the music stops, they're going to get murdered. And I don't know if this is the final blow or not. Maybe they go back up. Oh, here's another one, 19 to 13. I don't know. Maybe they have another run. I don't know. Maybe they keep getting blasted tomorrow. I don't know. It's just your handsome and buffed host living by our own rules based on the study of bull and bear markets, especially bear markets, and that is companies with no sales, when things turn the wrong way, look out below. And for whatever reason, the last 6 days was a pretty good unwinding. For whatever reason, the last 6 days in unwinding. And let me repeat again, I have no clue whether it stops tomorrow and they go back up, it keeps going lower, Some drop 90%, which, by the way, when all is said and done, some of these will be dropping 90% plus. We just hope that you did not get caught up, because unfortunately, there was Wall Street analysts putting out buy recommendations on some of these things after they tripled and quadrupled and had no sales only because they were moving up. Up next, we'll put a bow tie on that and much more today. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. By the way, something of note, and we're just going to tell you about a report. I'm not reporting it. The Financial Times is reporting it. Part of our worry with these no sales companies and a lot of froth and speculation is the announcements of how great things are and this, that, and the other thing. And we have warned you that these companies, all these companies, have what is known as investment. You know what they do? They hire people that do investor relations, and their job is to get the word out and get announcements out. And remember what we said to you, we're worried about all these AI announcements. Well, I'm going to mention this Oklo. There's been so many announcements, joint agreements to develop this, that, and the other thing. And by the way, we're not reporting this. We're reporting what the Financial Times is reporting. They're reporting that Oklo does not have any binding contracts to supply power, even though there have been all this talk about contracts. And again, we don't know. I'm covering my butt. We don't know. We're just letting you know what the Financial Times is saying. And I'm not making this up. And I'm not going to mention who. On October 9th, the stock was 140 some odd dollars. This stock has gone from 17 to 140 since April, and somebody put a buy recommendation on it with no sales. It's sickening to me. You know what that is? That is pressure being put on the analyst. Hey, why don't you have a buy recommendation on this? Stock is hot. Okay, let's put a buy recommendation on it. Here's one, September 29th, an overweight on this Oklo. Nauseating. Here's one with a neutral rating. I guess that's okay. That means really don't want to own. On Wall Street parlance, neutral is not buy, I guess. We just wanted to start the show with you to just let you know. We don't know what the next move is. We just know we've been warning you for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And we have a bunch of 40 to 60% drops. And we're not trying to say we're geniuses because we didn't have them on the way up. Because I don't have the grapefruits to own something on a Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. You know what we've said to you about biotechs with no sales. You wake up the next morning and the placebo does better than the drug in phase 2 trials and the stock's down 70%. Well, let me finish this off again. To be repetitive. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know if they bounce them. I don't know if they continue. We're just letting you know in the last 6 days, they took the bloom off the rose and 40 to 60% drops. We hope you aren't in them. And we know some of you may be in them because they've been touted like there's no tomorrow. Nuclear is the next great thing. Quantum is the next great thing. Robo-taxi is the next great thing. Rare earth, because of China, the next great thing. And all I know is all these companies that are trading, most, not all, most, have no sales. They're specs. And even the one I mentioned to you that has good sales in the nuclear has gone from 464 to 313 in the last 5 days. And that's what is known as, it's no longer a bullish event. So we'll keep you informed. I repeat again, I have no clue what they do with it tomorrow. Also, they've been kicking the teeth of some of the AI stuff now. I can tell you that, this GE Vernova, they opened it up at 609. I will tell you it hit a low of 532, closed at 576. Wild swing today on earnings. But it's just very tough sledding right now. They went after those over the last week or two. They went after today the construction type names that supposedly are going to power and grow and do this and that for these data centers. So just a little bit icky. I will tell you the Dow was down 330 and the NASDAQ was down 213, but I got to tell you that actually finished well. NASDAQ was down over 400, and they brought things back towards the close. And we were in the midst of earnings season now, ton of earnings to come out. I have no clue what earnings going to do. I can tell you that overnight Hilton was up nicely, Intuitive Surgical up nicely, but GEV was up big and finished down, and VRT was up big and finished down, and Capital One was much better and finished only up 3. And I guess we have Tesla after the close, IBM after the close. Who the hell knows what's next? Got a few thousand names, and as we tell you, what we do is wake up early, finish late, and go through them and see where the reactions are and what they say and all that fun stuff. And speaking of reactions, Netflix today was down $125, breaking near-term support going back about 6 months, which was around 1140, 1150, closed at 1116. Volume was 4 times average. They missed estimates. They said this, that. Brazil this, tax that. Don't care. Bad action. Institutions getting out. Don't know why. They made that decision. I only care about the decisions that's made. Just letting you know on Netflix. And that's one of the big names. It's number 10 in the NASDAQ 100. It's number 18 the S&P. So not the biggest a deal. You never want to see. You don't want to see a number 1, 2, or 3 down 10% on their earnings, and of course, everybody's going to be reporting in the next 2 to 3 weeks. That stood out, and it's just a mushy day, but definitively off the lows. I got to tell you, at 2 o'clock, I was like, "Holy crap!" But definitively off the lows. We'll take it. The big indices, they had a rough day, but they remain with that trend above the 50-day moving average with some warts as of recent, with the president and tariffs and China and tariffs, and he mentioned something today, tariffs, who the heck knows? I don't know what's next for him. God bless him. I hope he does great things. Up next. What else on the market? And boy, I got a good offer today. Wait till you hear this. I don't know if you've been getting this. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. Hey, by the way, they really got us. I turned 65 recently. Do you know this is not an exaggeration? I've gotten 100 pieces of mail from Medicare insurance and all that. 100. Texts, maybe 25 to 50. Hey, join the Humana Medicare plan, the United Health. Do they just have us? They all know I turned 65. I didn't know they were allowed to have that. I guess they got you. Don't you? Don't they? They really do. They got you good. Which one did I get today? Oh, I got the Humana one today in the mail. Oh, and don't start with how many brokers have tried to get in touch with me. Oh, man, I didn't realize brokers do that. I use my good buddy from high school. I didn't realize that's a business. And it's a big business. They gotcha. By the way, the only one I see in the aftermarket right now, IBM's down $10 in the aftermarket from $288 to $278. But was up 6 today. So it's really only down 4 on the day. And of course, it's trading like a pinball machine, so anything's possible during the aftermarket. By the way, so I get this in the mail. I don't know if you ever gotten this. I just got an offer from a bank. I'm not going to mention who. It's a regional. If I open up a checking account with $2,000 in it and keep it for 90 days, and then I could shut it afterwards, they'll give me $450. Really? And then if I opened a traditional savings account with a deposit of $3,000 and maintain it just for 90 days, another $250. They'll give me $700 just to open a checking. I just have to take $5,000 of my money and open a checking and savings account. They're going to give me $750 for 90 days on $5,000. If I spread that over a year, that's like 13%, but it's for 1 quarter. It's like 52% over a year. Have you ever got? I don't think I've ever got that. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but I just may, just to see if it works. And I look at the bottom, they do the little disclaimer at the bottom that Superman couldn't read because the letters are so small. I read it. It looks like it's for real. Just need to complete all the above requirements for the checking account, and you just need to keep it for 90 days. I can shut that sucker down after 90 days. How does that benefit the bank? Oh, I know. They're hoping once you open the account, you're going to do more business with them, and maybe you'll do a mortgage, and maybe you'll get a credit card from them. But I wouldn't do that. I would just take the money. $750. That's a lot of dog food for Winston. And Winston gets special dog food. Anyway, just letting you know. I'm not going to name the bank. IBM now down $14 in the aftermarket. I don't see really anything else. I know we're waiting for Tesla and all that and some other crap. IBM is in the Dow. And all that. And, we got a lot of noise today. The Treasury Secretary says all options are on the table with China. Their meeting with the president of China is still on schedule, even though I think 3 times today President Trump said we're going to have a meeting or maybe not, or we're going to have a meeting or maybe not. Yay. What can I tell you? Tesla misses by, 6 cents. Gross margins are down. The stock is only down, interesting, $3 or $4 in the aftermarket. Do you know why? The Cybercab is on track for production. So let me be clear, the Tesla numbers are not good. But all the talk of the cyber this and cyber that and robots, and for all I know, Elon Musk is not a doofus, is he? Las Vegas Sands is up $2 or $3 in the aftermarket. Not a bad move. And by the way, the numbers on Tesla, 50 cents, they're expecting 56. That was versus a 72. So earnings were down 72 to 30%. Ew. Only down $4. That's a win. That's a big win. Only down 4, and it'll probably be up by tomorrow. Gold. When you have a chance tonight, go look at GLD and you will notice if you have a 21-day moving average on your chart like I do, the 21-day today was 368.49. It went down to 368.93 within 44 cents and bounced pretty well and finished up on the day. So maybe gold put a line in the sand after just 2 days. And remember, it was down like $26 yesterday. And gold miners went green today. Again, as I think I said yesterday, I don't think the bull market's over. But it can have some price and time in here, which means backing and filling and backing and filling and backing and filling. We'll see. Maybe it just goes right back up. Gold. Bitcoin. Call me surprised. Was weak today. You gapped up on Monday after a bad drop, like 6 days in a row. Yesterday was down and reversed, and I'm thinking, all right, we're cool. Gap right back down today. If the IBIT or the GBTC breaks the low of Friday, we'll be talking about something more icky for the crypto. Just letting you know. And yes, you can continue to thank me on MicroStrategy as it hit another relative low today, down another $21. Hit a high of $457 in July. It's $280 today. You may thank me. And Coinbase, that's also very weak too. So, a lot of jello moving on the plate today. That's all I can tell you. Wicked. Oils were up today because oil prices bounced $2 today. Never thrilled with that, but oil prices had dropped. The USO, which is the spot price ETF, went from 78 to 67 in 3 weeks. You're going to get a bounce. Was up 3.5% today. We just don't want oil uptrends. We like downtrends and bounces. We don't want uptrends in oil. That is the cost of energy. And also, by the way, thousands of products are made with petroleum. The good news is oil prices have been stable to lower for like 3 years. For 3 years. And that's what we really want to see. Anything else stick out? Yeah, just growth stocks were not very good today. Smashed and mashed. Carvana down $29 today. I guess they're always being accused of chicanery on the accounting front. I have no clue. All I can tell you, it's had a big run off the lows of 22 after the bear market. A short seller had comments today. Jim Chanos, who I actually like the guy, one of the people I listen to, was discussing it. I don't know. By the way, Carvana is that thing where a bunch of cars are in a... If you go on the highway and you see it on the right side, there's a bunch of cars in a cylinder. I guess that's Carvana. I've never done business with them, so I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, rough day, and Carvana stock's been in a nice little bearish phase, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll keep you informed. We're always interested when some smart people worry about what companies have to say along their accounting. Up next, what the heck else happened in the market today? And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. You know, I'm thinking I may just take this bank up on this, get $750 and give it to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Florida. By the way, I'm always skeptical of these things, but I am read it up and down. Give them $5,000 for 90 days, and they're going to hand me $750 into the account. Cool. Updates. IBM down $12 in the aftermarket to $275. Tesla down $6 on those crappy numbers. I'll give it that. Lamb Research reported. I got that up $4. Boy, that stock's been acting pretty damn good. The semiconductor equipment stocks, yeah, that was actually down $4 today and is getting it all back. Let's see if SAP reported, up down $7. SAP, an important German software company. And when we say $7, it's a $270 stock. Las Vegas Sands closed at 50.5. I got it at 53.5. Ooh, United Rentals, my second favorite economically sensitive name to watch, and it's had a good run on crappy numbers. I'm not making this up. They missed by 52 cents, closed at $9.91. I'm showing a bid of $9.01. Down $90? That's the bid. Well, I'm showing the offer $20 higher. Well, let's just say the offer, it still would be down $70 in the aftermarket. Happy days. Wow. Yikes. United Rentals. What else? I'm not going to bother with D.C. today. The government's still shut. They're going back and forth. I guess the left is all pissed off that Trump is doing something at the White House, tearing down a wall, putting up a ballroom, whatever. And the greatest influence peddler of all time, Hillary Clinton, comes out and blasts him. Do you know how many times presidents have done things at the White House throughout our history? A lot. So all of a sudden, here we go, Trump's the Antichrist again because he's doing some things at the White House, which, by the way, he's allowed to do. I just love politics. Aren't they just wonderful? Speaking of politics, so I have in front of me somebody's student loan. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, and by the way, President Trump, the administration is allowing student loans again, but grandfathered in student loan forgiveness. I guess they realize the young vote's going to matter next November, because I think they could have done something about it. You know what I was just thinking to myself? Our government's really not fair to us. Why is it some people get their student loans relieved and others don't? Now, guess what? I think police and firemen and firewomen and policewomen, I think those student loans should be relieved. Public service. I'm good with military? Hell yeah. But, absent that, why does one person get their student loan relieved and the next person doesn't? I think that's BS. The picking and choosing of people. That's what Biden did. Oh, you're that group? Okay, we're going to relieve you. You're that group? Go screw. You catching my drift? Isn't it supposed to be fair and equitable, as they say? But fair and equitable to them is only fair and equitable what matters to them. That's the shame. That's the shame. Anyway, and I'm not going to mention whose student loan this is, just somebody I know. They owe still $24,000, paying $350 a month. And there's interest. And for a while, because of COVID, they stopped the payments and didn't charge you interest. I'm just looking at it. Yeah. All right. Anyway. Welcome to your government deciding whether they like you or not. If I ran the country, that would not be happening. Should be fair, don't you think? All right. So, Wicked day, wacky day, off the lows day, but definitely some deterioration day into earnings season where, hey, Lam Research up, Tesla down, IBM really down, United Rentals getting smoked, and only 2,000 or 3,000 more in the next 3 weeks. Next week will be Amazon, Apple, Google. I don't know why they changed their name to Alphabet. And we'll just take them one by one and fingers crossed we get good reactions out of them. Gold, as we said, held some vital support. Go check it out. Gold miners reversed also, but I'm quite agnostic in the near term. Oil's bouncing, but oil stocks ain't doing anything for me, certainly not an uptrend. The main thing for you today was what we did at the beginning. Man, the froth, the speculation, and one of our main themes coming to fruition. And we hope you were not caught into it. And we say that knowing we don't know what's next. We know what the ultimate outcome is. We don't know if they bounce them or keep going. All we can tell you is we listed a bunch for you down 30, 40, 50, a couple at 60% in 5 to 6 days. And we warned you in front of this, not knowing when they would do it, but that they would do it. I've never understood. And again, there's one that's been public for 25 years with no sales. I'm in the wrong business, by the way. Somebody got to explain that to me. You all have a great evening. Drive carefully. When you get home, do like we do. Quite simple. Make sure you hug your family. Make sure you hug your children. They will feel better. You will feel better. I promise. They will be well. Always appreciate you being here. Good night.